Well, greetings and welcome back to OG Blade Reviews, and we've got a special video for you today that concerns auxiliary manufacturing. And what you're going to see today were sent to me by Michael Jarvis of Auxiliary Manufacturing, and with the help of his lovely wife and business partner, Annalise. And received this just the other day, and it's kind of time sensitive because Michael has a drop coming up this Friday, December 6th. And I'll leave this video up for a while, but that date and the time is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Michael will be dropping his new Coffin handled series. Here we have a really cool t-shirt that Michael sent along and about the Coffin series, and I love it. One of the better t-shirts and designs I've seen in quite a while. I got the skull with the flowers coming out of it and Coffin series. So I believe I did say Reno, Nevada. So these are USA made products, and they are entirely custom made by Michael. The process is that he hand grinds his knife, unlike some manufacturers who are doing CNC work. Not to disparage them by any means, because a lot of those knives are really lovely and look to be custom handmade. But in Michael's case, he is hand grinding these knives, and here's what you get. And I'm going to give you a good deal more information before we're done, so bear with me. We're going to get to the NAF in just a moment, but in the box, and this is standard with the knives I've bought from him in the past, that I'll show you one or two of today as well. You get a sticker right there. Come on, slippy slidey. And this is what you're going to see today. All right. The build date, December 2024, pocket Bowie. So this was hot off the presses because I got this shortly after the 1st of December. AEBL stainless, and his stainless AEBL, by the way, is 61.5 HRC for you hardness snobs. I'm going to put that aside for a moment. And you get a rubber patch here with the Velcro on the back. There you go. And we're going to put this lovely box with the cardboard confetti, which is cool, all natural, no plastic here. I think the only plastic you could consider being on the knife would be the G10, of course, which is plastic sort of stuff. Let me get the knife out there so you got something to look at while I'm chattering. And let's see if maybe we can do better with, because we got black on black here, with, there we go, a little more exposure. This is from the Coffin handle series. This is also the XL. And maybe what we should do, let's take it out, because you're dying to see it. It is a wicked Bowie style blade. And I'm going to put up, let's see, I'm going to put up a spec sheet with, there's the drop time and the date, and specs. And these are the types of blade shapes that he is putting out. I'm going to, once we get into the review on this one, I'm going to show you those other blade shapes. There's all the specs for the XL series. And these Coffin handled Bowies and other blade designs come in both a, what is it now? Both a Stingray wrap, which is his Tsukamaki wrap, and or textured G10. What I've got here and what I requested was the G10. You're going to pay a little bit more for the Stingray wrap, but let's see what we got. And then we're going to get into the specs on the knife and some of those other blade shapes that are going to be available on the Friday drop. Here we've got a textured G10, black G10 handle. We've got a mammoth 3/16 inch thickness stock on this AEBL. It has a, what you call kind of a heavy, almost a distressed kind of apocalyptic finish is what Microtech calls theirs. Nothing on the left side of the knife other than that beautiful texture. And we have pins that are not removable, no screws here. Everything is one solid epoxied or whatever solid handle mated to the steel. Full tang, not a tapered tang, so you've got some good weight here in your hand. Let's see if I can back out just a tiny bit. Okay. So we've got a balance point right about there, right on that first cut in on the texture. So ain't too bad. I mean, it's almost right there, but because this widens out at the pommel, we've got more weight in the pommel end that balances out the blade. A lot of people like that, but it is just super duper robust, even though we've got a tapered point, which you're going to need for it to be piercing, and a little bit of an upturn, okay? But still, that point, notice, is very close to the center line of the handle. So for any thrusting sort of techniques or movements that you're going to make, that is in line to definitely pierce and penetrate. And if you use the Japanese style of hold that James Williams uses on his Tantos, you palm this pommel, and you've got plenty of pommel there that comfortably fits into the hand for those thrusts. That's the way that you use a knife such as this without any worries of sliding up onto the blade. Got a bit of a ramp here that isn't jimped, but you know, a lot of people do not like jimping on their knives, and I would suspect that one of those people is Michael. We've got no sharpening choil, but we have almost a little bit of a recurve here, although it is not, I'm not sure if it's technically being called a recurve or not. I suppose you could. Okay, so you've got a little bit of a recurve there. You've got a flat sort of belly, beautiful swedge at the top. And I think as far as sharpening goes, you can just let your sharpening rod or whatever go right up there. And I think, you know, you're not going to have to worry too much over time. You're simply going to, you don't have any little sharpening choil there to worry about getting smileys on and so forth. Polished edge, and it is sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Look at that. For a 3/16 inch thick knife, this baby has a very nice edge. I should have stopped while I was successful. There you go. You know, again, it's when you're doing paper, which is kind of a silly sharpness test for a combat or tactical or fighting knife, and this really can be classified as such, as well as a really robust EDC. And it's, you know, about the technique. Let's take a look at the Bolteron sheath, which is set up with a metal clip. Now, Michael is calling it a metal clip, and you might recognize it as being very close to a DCC clip, so quite possibly it's simply a generic DCC clip. He offers a number of other options for carry as well, such as belt loops and probably even a tech lock. I'm not sure about that one. You can put what you want on it. You've got lots of grommets here, 5 grommets on that side, 5 on this side, and a couple in the tip. Nicely smoothed over sheath. And, you know, Boltaron, Kydex are pretty close to being the same thing. I think they may just be different manufacturers. Kydex is like a brand name. And you got that texture, same as a Kydex. You've got a beautiful fit. Absolutely no rattle. Listen to that, nothing. You got a nice tunnel here for push off, and it will push right off. So if you carry this in your pocket by chance, and it's not quite the size you want to carry in your pocket, but I think if you got 5'11" pants or whatever, it should work out fine. Then you wouldn't need the clip. But nice positive sound. Okay, so in the past, I purchased this from Auxiliary Manufacturing, and that is the Carl. And this is an equally robust knife. I believe it's also 3/16. Nope, not quite. Narrower than that. We'll do a quick measure, by the way, while I'm thinking of it. On the handle, that's the only measurement we don't have. I will give you measurements again. They won't be up on the screen. Let's see, how do I want to do this so you can see it? Okay, right in the middle. Let's do inches. Right in the middle, 0.54. So not that thick. And up here, 0.67. So it does taper a little bit in the center of the knife. So we've got kind of a wasp waist there. A little thicker here. Depends upon whether you're riding that caliper on the ridge or in the depression there. But it feels good in the hand. And by the way, feels excellent in Pikal grip. And here's the thing about the coffin handled knife. You have your option. It's going to feel the same whether it's this way or this way. So if you want point down, edge in, then you hold it that way. If you want point down, edge out, which will work very well too, you go that way. It is not sharpened on the swedge. It is a Bowie style knife. Some Bowie style knives are sharpened on the swedge. This one is simply not. You got a nice flat there if you want to run your thumb down on it as you are using the knife. As I was saying, here's the Carl, slightly thinner stock, but exactly the same length. 4-inch blade, 8 inches overall on both of these guys. That is a great purchase as well, although not part of this drop. So let's see if we can put this guy away. Make sure I got the right sheath. Comparing to something like the TKL, this is the Agent, I believe, 003 that Tim Kell graciously sent me for review. The only difference being, of course, smaller on this particular model. Some of the TKL knives are a little, of the Agent series are a little longer, but equally well made, although these are CNC'd and this is hand ground. Both USA made, by the way. Great little knife. And a little smaller, a little lighter to carry. However, if you are looking for the smaller version of any of these, let's see what we got. So here are the two versions. These are photos that Michael had sent me. That's what you're looking at right now. That's the XL Bowie. Here is the wrapped handle knife and the Bowie style blade. So you can see the difference. This is going to run you a little more because of the extra work on the handle than the G10. Also, here are all of the blade shapes available. See if we can back out a little on that. Okay. So the blade shapes are, the top one being the leaf shape. These are the 3.5-inch models, by the way. And these are not made in XL. Only the Bowie is made in XL, as far as I know. So that is the Pocket Bowie XL. All right, there are the stats once again, or the specs rather. Okay, so 6.25 inches on the smaller blades. Oh, 3-inch blade. Sorry, not a 3.5, 3-inch blade. Same HRC. There's your prices. $239 for the G10, $279 for the Stingray Wrap, and on the XL, $299 for the G10 and $349 for the Stingray. So about 50 bucks more. That's what you get in the box. I've shown you already. Some great stuff. You don't get the t-shirt. Those are extra, as far as I know. And again, the blade shapes, the leaf on the top, the Tonto, the Warney, and the spear. Coffin spear, Coffin Warney, Coffin Tonto, Coffin leaf. Just so you know what's going to be offered. Okay. Again, that drop is Friday, December 6th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, Pacific Standard Time. So there you have it. Once again, and I keep getting out of frame. Still getting used to this setup. I got to reach a little bit. And last video I did, I had a little bit of buzzing, high-pitched noise on the mic. I've moved the mic farther away from my monitor. Hopefully that did the trick. If not, I'm shooting this whole thing over or running it through a background noise reducer. We'll see what I have to do. Beautiful Bowie knife. Nice XL. Mike has done a, keep calling him Michael. I think he prefers Michael to Mike, but I think you don't get to choose sometimes when you got friends that like to shorten your name. Albert, Al, Michael, Mike, etc. So only got billboarding on that one side, just the, and it really isn't a lot. And that is the name of the company. So there you go. The XL coffin handle in AEBL 61.5 HRC. And don't forget to visit Auxiliary Manufacturing in time for that drop. And you can get out there and see some of this stuff ahead of time before the drop. And it is auxmfg.com. I'll make sure you've got that link in the notes. You all be well. Take care. Don't forget to give this video a like and visit Auxiliary Manufacturing. Be well.